All right, I want to take a look at a story here to demonstrate the immorality of the people that some people look to as authority figures. So let's get into it.
And now to a disturbing case in Texas we first told you about 1 year ago when a kidnapping victim was killed during a rescue attempt by the FBI. Authorities now say an FBI agent may have lied about what happened, raising new questions about whether or not the nation's top law enforcement agency is holding itself accountable. NBC.
So questions should now be raised about if the FBI is holding itself accountable. Why would anyone assume that the FBI would hold itself accountable for anything? How are you going to assume that they're going to just hold themselves accountable if they do something that's wrong or that's illegal? Why would we assume that? Why would anyone ever have believed that to be the case? So that doesn't even make any sense. Of course they're not going to.
Ken Delanian has a story.
It seemed like a tragic mistake. A young father in Houston, held for ransom, was shot to death last January. Not by his kidnappers, but by an FBI agent trying to save him. His 13-year-old son, now an orphan, being raised by his half-sister.
His heart's definitely hurting.
Authorities at first called the death of Ulysses Valadares a simple accident. The FBI agent told Houston police he used his M4 rifle to break a window at this house where Valadares was held captive. He said somebody started to pull on the rifle from inside.
When he felt he was starting to lose control.
Why would he break a window if he was trying to rescue a guy? Wouldn't that cause more noise than anything else? And then if someone starts pulling on the weapon, you're just going to discharge it now? Not knowing who that may be or who's in the house? Why was there only one guy showing up? One guy to undertake a rescue mission in which he had no intel on where anyone was at in the home, and we just are supposed to believe his story? Come on.
He intentionally discharged his rifle.
But now, new questions about whether Valadares died because of an FBI agent's negligence. 10 months after the shooting, the Houston police chief took the unusual step of announcing that the FBI's initial story doesn't add up.
Our investigative...
The unusual step of announcing that the FBI story didn't add up. So that's implying that normally it's just kept hush-hush if their story doesn't add up. Let's go.
Findings do not support the description of how this incident occurred provided by the shooting agent.
The Valadares family is suing the FBI, alleging wrongful death. The FBI declined to comment on the case to NBC News, but it's one of several recent incidents in which the Bureau has come under scrutiny over an agent's use of his gun. Just last year, an FBI agent was accused of lying about firing his weapon in a 2016 standoff with right-wing extremists in Oregon. He was found not guilty.
So it's continuous behavior, and again, we see when these so-called authority figures get off with their behavior that is not right. They take the lives of others, of innocent people, and we continue to believe in them and put our trust in them and put them in the seats of authority figures over us. And this is what they do. And we expect them to regulate themselves? Nah.
And in Colorado, an agent pleaded guilty to assault after he lost control of his gun and shot a bystander while doing this at a nightclub. Each time an agent...
And that don't even make any sense. Why is a officer dancing with his gun and then he drops it, and when he picks it up he discharges it? Come on. What are you telling me?
Fires a gun, the FBI investigates. New data obtained exclusively by NBC News shows that since 2011, there have been 228 FBI shooting incidents and 5 cases where the actions of agents were found to be unjustified. The FBI...
So you're still telling me 223 of the 228 incidents were justified FBI killings? This is what we accept as people? 223 out of 228 murders of people by the FBI are justified? Let's go.
Defends its process as thorough and fair, critics say the issue is that the Bureau
Oh,
won't
and they're
discuss the
thorough and
details.
fair, but they'll kill
Because
you.
they're investigating themselves, there is some question about the independence and
How are they investigating
transparency involved
themselves?
in those reviews.
I would like an honest account of what happened. You're not really
Who's
reassured
going to give you
that
that honest
the
account?
person was
The FBI?
getting any additional training, or even if they're still out there with a gun.
A family shattered, awaiting answers from an FBI reluctant to provide them. Ken Delanian, NBC News, Houston.
There's just proof why you shouldn't put these people on a pedestal. You shouldn't trust them. You shouldn't expect that they're all doing good or that they're all out there for the interest of the people. This isn't true. These people are not there for your interest.